Hi, I'm Tim Bradner. Welcome to Capitol Views, and welcome today to Representative Maxine Dibert from downtown Fairbanks, core Fairbanks area, House District 31, and newly elected to that district. So thanks for joining us, Maxine.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Uh, Representative Dibert, maybe you can talk a little bit about your personal background. Are you from Fairbanks? How long you've lived in the district?
Yeah. Um, I was born and raised in Fairbanks, and I grew up there. I actually grew up in the district that I'm running in, District 31 on Front Street. And on my campaign, it was the last door that I knocked on with my mom in the house that she grew up in. So that was a special day for me to wrap up the campaign that way. I grew up going to public schools, Nordale, Ryan Middle School, and then graduating from West Valley. My mom is Clara Anderson, and she's from the village of Rampart, Alaska. And my dad is James Johnson, and he's from the village of Cochrines, Alaska. But I grew up in Fairbanks and then graduating from UAF with an elementary education degree and in 1999 and went right into education and taught over 2 decades at Denali Elementary School right in my district. So
Well, that's a nice touch. Knocking on your mom's door is the last stop in Fairbanks. There was a friendly face when the door opened.
um,
Uh, Representative Dibert, maybe you could describe the district a little bit, what the boundaries are, and how far out it reaches in Fairbanks.
Sure, yeah. District 31 is basically right down the middle of Fairbanks. We call it downtown Fairbanks. It includes some kind of neighborhoods on the edge of Aurora, Lameda. We have South Fairbanks, which is down by Cushman and the Mitchell Highway. Uh, And then, yeah, so just right downtown. It's a unique area. It has a lot of small businesses, um, senior citizen homes, we have Tanana Chiefs Conference and Doyon Limited and Fairbanks Native Association. So it's a happening district for sure. Lots going on.
It's also an old residential district too. I've lived in Fairbanks myself a little bit. I remember the streets around Lathrop and Cowles. Those are old homes, and people have lived there for almost, well, for generations in some cases. It's an old settled community.
Yeah, and my Denali Elementary is kind of right in the center. It's right downtown. And I think it's the oldest elementary school in Fairbanks. And what was nice door knocking was being a teacher in my district for 2 decades. A lot of my students now live in those homes in my district. So it was fun door knocking and hearing the concerns from former students. They were excited that I was running and learning about civics by seeing me running and putting my sign up on their yard. So the whole experience was just it was just wonderful.
What a great introduction to politics. Particularly more friendly faces when the doors open. When the doors opened and you were able to talk to constituents, what are they concerned about? What's the concern in Fairbanks concerns, downtown Fairbanks concerns?
Yeah.
What do you hear?
Yep. You When I was campaigning, I learned how to door knock, and I also taught last fall. So I was teaching during the day, third grade, and then door knocking in the evenings right after school. And when I first started door knocking, I was just, okay, what am I going to learn? And actually, the number one priority was education. I found that a lot of people at the door were excited to see a teacher running, and just sharing about their concerns about education in Fairbanks, the future, what that future means for their kids, their families. Um, that was a highlight. And also preschool. Preschool was, or early education, daycare was a big concern. So hearing that, and then it kind of, those were the top two. And mental awareness, mental health too. Like that was up there at the top three.
Well, that's an interesting. Well, for one thing, it's interesting to start getting used to doing going door to door. It's really the acid test of how to cold call on people and ask for their votes. But uh, what are your in terms of education? I mean, education funding is the top issue this year. What committees are you on?
Yeah. Well, the way organizing fell, I landed on the resources committee. So that is definitely a new area for me, but I'm excited to learn. I'm learning there's a lot of information and resources. And my family I grew up on the Yukon River going fishing and going to fish camp, and we went to Wood River to go moose hunting. So our resources, I grew up with that knowledge and the importance of it. So I'm excited to learn how I could be a voice on the resources committee. I'm also on the tribal affairs and Arctic and tourism special committee.
With your background, I think you could be able to make really good contributions to those committees. And in the resources committee, you'll get into all kind of very interesting issues like, carbon storage and sequestration is a new one, but there'll also be oil and gas, minerals,
Mhm.
and things like that. So, but yeah, with your background, fish and game, obviously, and subsistence is going to be very important. Anyway, I appreciate you joining us today, Representative Dibert, and I wish you luck and look forward to meeting you in person.
All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yep. Thank you.